Welcome everybody to another weekly edition of Wrestling News with the Dude. So today I've got some interesting news this week. Starting off with GTS Wrestling. If you have seen today's episode of Grimm's Toy Show, Bonifer is officially no longer a YouTube champion due to an injury. It's a shame that we are on the road to SummerSlam since the YouTube title is now officially vacated. We're gonna have ourselves a single elimination tournament for the YouTube Championship rather than putting a YouTube title on Doo-Hop or Grimm, because that would be very stupid if you ask me. If there's going to be an 8-person tournament match, they're probably going to have Grimm, Tony Cini, Doo-Hop, Mike Swanson, Hollywood Hooligan, Kurt Bale, Jimmy Controversy, and Joey Angelo. If 12-person, we would add Joe Dice, Ace Hitman Jones, Shamar, or even Ace Marksman. However, if there's going to be a 16-person tournament like the one from 2 years ago, if any of you fans have seen the pay-per-view called Quadruple Crown Tournament, in case if there's any female who's going to be competing in the tournament, we would add Francesca, or even someone else who's going to come back to GTS Wrestling. Or we can add Gay Mysterio or Landscaper, Tony Emerald. Well, actually Tony Emerald Jr., not Tony Emerald Sr., because I don't think we're going to see him wrestle again more often. Obviously going to see Tony Emerald Jr. instead. Yeah, that's all I got. But what about Onslaught? Well, Onslaught actually regained his GTS title last Sunday, and there's no point of putting a GTS champion in the YouTube Championship tournament because he's already a top champion and a main eventer, might I add. Although if he gets added into the tournament, that would be, well, I was going to say pointless, but the word useless would be more appropriate. Seriously, no one wants to see Onslaught 2 belts or even Jimmy 2 belts. This is just stupid as Becky 2 belts. I mean, no offense to all of you who are fans of Becky Lynch, but it's just stupid that you're holding 2 titles in one company, because that would be super unfair. But hey, we will guarantee that we will have the new YouTube champion, someone who is very potential, who's gonna be the next face of GTS Wrestling. Not Grimm, not Doo-Hop. It has to be somebody who's gonna be elevated to the top, or maybe already though, but who's gonna become the best GTS star in 2019. So it's gotta be somebody. Maybe Hollywood Hooligan, maybe Kurt Bale. It can be anyone, any fresh new stars, anyone. It would be cool to see Ace Hitman Jones as the new YouTube champion for the first time in his career. But here's a question. If someone wins the YouTube title, what if Bonifer shows up and then cashes in his rematch clause and wins back his YouTube title? Would that be stupid? I mean, obviously it won't happen though. But if it did, well, he swerved us just like when Tony Emerald came out of prison with his rematch clause and took his YouTube title back, which he never lost despite the fact of what happened when he shot Robbie E on GTS Wrestling. The last time we saw Charlie Bonifer defend his YouTube title was about a few days ago when he defended his YouTube title against Joey Angelo in an awesome last man standing match. Go watch it if you haven't seen it already. Switching gears now, let's talk about WWE this week's episode of Raw Reunion. So we got some part-timers, legends, and former stars who appeared on the biggest episode of the year, Raw Reunion. So John Cena opened the show and raps with the Usos, and I'll get to that later on. So Rikishi managed his sons for the tag team match against the Revival. Devon Dudley was there to manage the Revival, but where's Bubba Ray Dudley? Oh wait, he's wrestling at Ring of Honor right now. Hulk Hogan appeared backstage with his manager Jimmy Hart and teased more appearance later in the night. Booker T did a commentary for the Usos versus the Revival. Caitlyn and Tori Wilson appeared backstage talking to Alicia Fox. Santino Marella, who's currently working for Impact Wrestling backstage, he joins in and talks to the girls about how his sister, Santina Marella, was sick until Drew McIntyre interrupted the story. Godfather made an appearance backstage. Boogeyman scared Drake Maverick. Pat Patterson took an advantage and pinned Drake for the 24/7 championship. And Christian did a commentary for the Viking Raiders versus Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. Lillian Garcia did ring announce in the match. Jillian Hall did make an appearance backstage along with Eve Torres, who was giving parenting advice to Mike and Maria Kanellis. Eric Bischoff, who's the new executive director of SmackDown Live, appeared and then told them to go to SmackDown. Ron Simmons delivered a damn. Gerald Briscoe won the WWE 24/7 title from Pat Patterson while he was asleep. Kelly Kelly kicked Briscoes in the balls and became the first woman to win the WWE 24/7 title. Kurt Angle broke up the argument between Sami Zayn and Rey Mysterio because Sami Zayn was arguing about why legends and former stars shouldn't be appearing on Raw and taking TV times from superstars backstage. So he got in an argument with Rey Mysterio, so Kurt Angle broke up the argument. You say, if there's a problem, we settle things in the ring. Quoted by Kurt Angle as the former Raw general manager. Candice Michelle attacked Kelly Kelly, and Melina was the referee for 24/7 title match. Alundra Blaze choked Michelle and won the WWE 24/7 title. Jonathan Coachman did a commentary for Sami Zayn versus Rey Mysterio, and there were so many appearances who show up during a match. Rob Van Dam, who's currently wrestling for Impact Wrestling, the Legend, Sergeant Slaughter, the Hurricane, and Kurt Angle again. So they forced Sami Zayn back into the ring after he tries to leave. Alundra Blaze was about to do her classic title trash Angle, but then all of a sudden Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, buys the belt from her, and FYI, he lost the title to Drake Maverick in the limo, who actually lost to R-Truth before her wife gets abducted. Jerry Lawler came out to do a commentary for AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins. D-Generation X, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H came out, but then Road Dogg, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and X-Pac trying to back up with DX. Here's a question. Where's Billy Gunn? Oh wait, he's working for AEW. Never mind. So yeah, Mark Henry did appear backstage talking to Mick Foley. At the end of Raw Reunion, we got the Ultimate Toast, starting off with Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. So yeah, here's some fun facts for this week's Raw episode. No Baron Corbin, no Lacey Evans, no mention of the wild card rule, no 2 out of 3 falls match, and most importantly, no Shane McMahon, despite the fact that he didn't appear last week's episode of Raw either. So I mentioned about the Usos, and John Cena did actually make a segment with the Uso about rapping stuff, and then they did make a reference about Jimmy Uso's getting arrested like a few months ago. That was funny actually, but this time it's not, because Jimmy Uso actually got arrested for DUI, and this is quite not good. This is not a laughing matter. Yeah, he was also given a speeding ticket, and he has to spend his time in jail the rest of the morning before being released on a $1,000 bond. Don't drink and drive during the daytime or nighttime. Drive sober or get pulled over. That's all I got for this week's episode of Wrestling News with the Dude. So with that being said, thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to like this video, share this video, and subscribe for more content. Tap that little bell so you don't want to miss an upload. As always, peace and good day.